Hey, hello, it's Mike Thomas here. Thanks for joining me on this video case study. I'll keep it quite short and sharp so that you can just sort of dip in and dip out to this. I've got a little bit of a cold at the moment, so hopefully that won't affect things too much, but I'm just going to get cracking right now. So basically what I want to talk about here is a marketing campaign. It's one that I've used with one of my private clients. So his name is James Broom, runs a company called James Broom Photography up in Manchester, and we've just created 12.5 grand sort of just out of thin air. Thought it'd be quite useful if you knew sort of how we went about it, just so that you can do it too, basically. So as I said, James is based up in Manchester. He's got a nice studio up there, and he concentrates on both domestic and commercial photography, as well as weddings. There's a lot of weddings. So just to sort of set the scene, we needed to get like a few weddings in the diary, basically. So we had a little think about how to do that, and here's sort of pretty much what we came up with. So we ran and we set up a competition to win your wedding photography for free. So the prize included a full day shoot. I had like a consultation, ceremony photos, group photos, speeches, and the food, all the images on the USB as well. So there was room for a little upsell with like an album and selling other bits of the guests, and also coverage of like the evening as well. So we set up a little Facebook advert, and it looked a bit like the one on your screen right now. Excuse me, and it had a decent headline on it. So we targeted engaged people on Facebook, and we managed to target them under the little targeting feature in Facebook that hopefully you'll be quite familiar with already. So after that, we then created what I would call a squeeze page. Some people call it a landing page. Basically a page where you can't do anything else other than opt in for what's being presented to you. So we drove a load of engaged people to that page through the Facebook ad, and they've basically filled in the web form. They've opted in, giving us a few details about the wedding. So we basically asked them for their name, their email, their phone number, the wedding venue, and if they were entering for themselves or on behalf of a friend, and the date of the wedding. So we spent £245 on the advert on Facebook, and from that we had 307 people enter the competition through the squeeze page, and that works out at about exactly 79p per opt-in or entrant, whatever you want to call them. So after they've entered, they've got an email straight away that confirmed their entry. So that came from like an autoresponder. I think we were using SendPulse. I don't know if you've ever used that. Or you can use Mailchimp to do this, Infusionsoft, whatever you want. The media or the tool isn't important, but you can get lots of things that will do that for you. So we made sure that they'd also liked and shared the page in that first email, because that was like one of the requirements for entering the competition. So then we emailed them sort of every 3 or 4 days until we picked a winner. So the email's sort of quite important here. We put all of our best work in front of them, you see, before we get to the date where we draw the winner. So we included things like our online gallery, tips on what to do when choosing a photographer, our favourite images, but most importantly, we were reminding them in every single email of the date that we were drawing the winner. So a few days before we drew the winner, we counted down to the draw date, which again built some sort of excitement, and more importantly made sure that everyone knew that the draw date was coming. So no one can sort of miss it. We don't want anyone to forget about it. That's the most dangerous thing with this campaign, is that everyone forgets that they've entered the campaign. You don't do enough to remind them, and then when it comes round to actually drawing the competition, it all falls flat because there's no traffic there. So we did our little draw on the video, and we made sure that everyone that didn't win knew there were some runner-up prizes available. We then created a runner-up prize that was essentially £100 off your wedding photography package plus a free consultation. Now, this is a really important bit in this campaign, and it's where sort of we made all the money. and where you can too. So we gave everyone who didn't win 3 weeks to book in their free consultation with us. So they didn't actually have to come into the studio within that 3 weeks. They just had to book it. So we created a bit of a deadline there, and that's really important. And the offer was £100 off their photography. I'm sure we could have got better offers, but that one worked fairly well for us. I'd want to test another one next time we do it. So out of the 306 runners up that we had, remember we have 307 people enter the competition. One of them was a winner, so we had 306 runners up. We managed to close 9 of them, and that really equates to £12,535 of revenue. That's how much came from those 9 customers, all booking in their wedding shoots. So now I think that, as I say, the next time we run this, we'll try some different tactics when it comes to converting them, as we only converted 2.9% of the 306 leads we created. But that's not really the important figure. The important figure is the ROI. That's the one that matters. And this campaign had 5,014% return on investment. So if we would have doubled our conversion rate, which I don't think is that hard to do, we would have made closer to like 30 grand here. So £245.10 spent on Facebook ads, plus a bit of hard work, and that was equal to £12,535 out at the other end, which we're pretty happy with. And hopefully you'd be happy with that too. So hopefully this is something that you can go and replicate. I think I've included most of the detail here. Obviously there's a few pages to create, a few emails to write, and all that sort of thing. But if you need to ask me any questions, don't hesitate to get in touch. It's mike@studioprofits.co.uk, and my voice is just about to go, so I'm going to leave you there. Thanks very much. See you soon. Bye.